So we're going to Audi dealership to pick up oil dipstick. So in this car, unfortunately, there is no this dipstick. Usually you measure it with the sensor, and measuring with the sensor is kind of pain in the ass. Sometimes it shows, sometimes it doesn't. So I decided to go and pick up actual dipstick because there is space to insert it. So we're gonna take it for a spin and pick up this damn dipstick so I don't have to measure it electronically. But it's a 2009 Audi S5. Some of you know I sold S4. This came across and I picked it up and I love it. It's a basically updated version of the car that I had, with a lot of things that were fixed. So far so good. I like it. I'm gonna have to do the alignment on this car because I feel like the car is pulling to the left a little bit, and on the previous car I never did alignment, and one time when I was driving to Walmart my tire blew. So I'm not trying to get my tire to blow again, so I have to do it so it doesn't mess up the tires. Man, but traffic, that's where you don't like this car, in traffic. Jesus Christ, I'm gonna hate this car. So it's summer now, and now there are a lot of works, especially on I-75, so there's a lot of traffic, and hopefully they fix it till winter because it's very problematic. It's just they making roads wider, but hopefully it ends sooner than later. But nothing major. We hop on the left lane so we don't have to wait. What's good about this car is it has a lot of torque. So you don't have to drop a lot of gears. When you slow down, you can still pull on, fourth, third gear. Before I had a Audi A4, but that was 1.8 4-cylinder. Nothing like this car. But my first car was Golf on manual, and I drove it for a lot of years. Ever since Golf I had automatics, so I don't mind it, to be honest. It's a fun car. It's not like I'm driving every single day on this car. Still trying to get used to it, and hopefully I get through this traffic. Downshifting in this car is also very easy because you have a lot of torque. You just slightly blip the throttle and you'll be able to match RPMs, no problem. Not so much fuel efficient, but I don't mind it, to be honest. A lot of sports cars, they're not the most efficient cars, so it's fine. Because this is manual, you have to pay attention to the road more. It's not like automatic where you can just chill, eat, and do God knows what. But with manual, you cannot do a lot of these things. You can, but it's much more complicated. That's my first coupe, so it looks good. Looks wise, it's very good. You get a lot of thumbs up, and a lot of people think that it's a newer car, even though it's 2009. There's something about Audis, they just preserve their quality. I had a lot of Audis, so I'm kind of a fanboy. So I'm not even dropping gear, like gas, and we already moving. The gears are kind of long, so it's not like a 4-cylinder where you just hit first and right away you have to switch to second. Gears are longer, so it's kind of, once you start pushing it, there is a lot of room for acceleration. Man, but I'm still learning. So this dealership is a little bit far away from my home, so it's a little bit far, but at least I get to drive this car. So whenever I get a chance to drive somewhere, maybe some road trip, I always try to take some of my cars, because it's actually fun. So the roads are much better instead of the city driving, because whenever you're around the city, roads are bad, but once you start driving out of the cities, it's much better. So Audi, kind of the newer cars, they don't make them manual anymore. I know BMW make in their M cars manual, but right now everybody just goes automatic, because I mean it's what a lot of people want. So but still, manual is not bad. Finally we got out of traffic. Now it's fun to drive. Another thing that I noticed, what I like about this car, even if you drive, let's say right now we're in a 6th gear, we're doing 80 on highway, but most of the time you're in a high RPM range, so you don't have to drop gear down. You can just light tap and you're already going fast. So even on other gears, you always kind of at the higher RPMs, so when you need to accelerate, you don't need much. The only thing that I don't like about this car is the Audi MMI. I still have to get to learn it, because it's a little bit tricky, but other than that, I love this car. The seats are very comfortable. They are just like the Recaros that I had in S4. These were comfortable as well, but they hug you well, and they're very soft. So when you going for some long trips, man, this car is, your back's not gonna be hurting. So my GoPro overheated before I could finish the trip, but we already here. Picked up the part. Now we can go. So I don't know how much camera is gonna be left, but I'm gonna max it out. Usually it doesn't hold that long, so we're getting out of the dealership. Part was with taxes 60 something. I expected more, but it is what it is. Audi parts are not cheap, so, but they're also not that much expensive compared to regular parts, because people are always paranoid about Audi being super expensive. But it is expensive, but not to the point where it's pretty bad. So it's okay, guys. It's not that crazy much money to maintain. Maybe M5 is like this one, but this one is not bad. I also want to see the condition of the oil, if it's time to change it, because when I purchased the car it had 63,000 miles. Right now it's 63,600, so I want to see if I need to change it. Man, suspension is very, absorbs all the bumps pretty good, so man, I love it. It's not that rough. So from 6th to 4th, maybe to third, so we have a lot of torque, and then we're off. Man, the third gear is crazy. I'm probably in the future I'm gonna make some videos about how it is to own this car, and you know, my experience with it. But so far my initial impressions are pretty positive. It's a fun car. Definitely it's not M3, M4 or any of these crazier cars, but it's definitely fun car in its own right. And the good part about it, it's not that expensive compared to other cars, because buying M3, M4, man, even older models, they're just going up in price, and I do not know why is that. I mean, I'm pretty sure they're fun cars, but man, paying so much for old cars, I do not know. I wouldn't mind some M3 with V8, but I was looking at these cars when buying this one, and let me tell you, they're expensive and they look nice. V8 is nice, I'm pretty sure fun to drive, but goddamn, they're too much expensive. For now I'm good with my Audi, and I love Audi, so Audi for life. But anyway, I think I'm gonna turn off the video because the camera is about to overheat again. But I'll see you guys in another video. Anyway, we come to a stop, so that's it. Goodbye.